Welcome back, everyone. Thank you all for tuning into another video. It's not like breaking news, but we wanted to cover it because it's very interesting.
It's because we forgot to cover it last week.
Yes, but so it's about the Louvre. I know you guys have all heard about the robbery at the Louvre, and there's something that feels kind of like liberating for this day and age to be able to get away with a heist of this magnitude. It feels kind of awesome.
It feels kind of awesome.
And it's like I'm getting FOMO. I was like, I wish I was part of this.
I know,
like, why
I
didn't
had
they
the
hit me
same-
up?
That's exactly how I felt.
No. Okay, so I want to see the details. This is by a channel called Zoufry, Zoufry. I'll put the original in the description. All right, guys. Make sure to comment, do everything, because for some reason the algorithm is just like hiding us. I don't know why.
Yes.
But
Brian has an idea why, but he won't say it.
I don't know. It's
Because
just a
we don't
little
wanna-
theory.
We don't want to
Yeah.
amplify it.
Anyway, let's see. Yeah.
For the French, the Louvre is more than just a museum. What was once a royal palace became a public treasure house that France prides itself for. It represents the country's history and sits at the center of French culture and identity. That's why it was supposed to be untouchable. The cultural and historical value of the Louvre turned it into an impregnable fortress, guarded by scanners, cameras, and a small army of staff. It was believed to be the most secure place for any priceless piece of art. Yet on the quiet Sunday morning of October 19th, that illusion came crashing down. In a heist that lasted only 7 minutes,
I always thought that too, because this is where the Mona Lisa resides, right? Yeah, and I always thought, wow, it would
It's
be
in a different
impossible
wing.
to steal from here
I
and
thought
do
it
a
was like
heist.
Fort Knox in there.
Yeah, it's insane that they were able to do this, and the way that they were
Yeah.
getting out on the thing.
I know. Yeah.
Oh, little spoiler alert. I don't know if
Oh.
we're gonna do a vlog about it, like about Halloween and stuff, but we're gonna be dressed up as the thieves for Halloween.
It's the easiest costume to do this year, and it just makes sense. So
Yeah.
crew slipped in through the second floor window of the Galerie de Poland, like a scene from Ocean's 11, and emptied 2 cases of
hold on. He unplugged the damn thing. Baby, get your big stinky paws. He wants so much attention right now. He wants so much fucking attention. Sorry, he unplugged my mic, so I can't hear you.
No, your headphones.
Or my headphone. Whatever the fuck, you know what I mean. One of these things.
There we go.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
crown jewels. By noon, streets were shut off. The French public was in shambles, and every screen in Paris carried the same headline.
A sprawling
That's wild.
international manhunt underway this morning after thieves took priceless jewels from the Louvre Museum in Paris.
This wasn't just a robbery, it was a strike at France's history and its national pride. This is how the Louvre got hit, in broad daylight.
A 100%. This was the inside job. 100%. Someone inside knew, and they're part of it.
I don't know okay, I can agree that maybe somebody inside knew, but I don't think they were the ones who planned it. I think this was like a commission job by
That's
some
what I mean.
ultra wealthy.
Oh, you mean like they
Billionaire.
hired them to do it?
Yeah, and then maybe someone knew someone that worked there, or what if somebody got a job there? Like they planned this a long time ago, like years
Yeah.
ago, and they made sure someone got a job there that they whatever. What the fuck do we know?
That reminds me of
Can't wait for the documentary.
there's a show on Netflix called Animal Kingdom.
Mm.
And it's this family that does jobs like consistently of like robbing and doing other stuff. This reminds me of like that, like where they plan it. They got commissioned to steal art from like this
I
really
haven't
for
seen
this really
Animal
wealthy
Kingdom,
person.
but I've heard you talk about it many
Yeah.
times. Yeah, I know. This reminds me of White Collar. Do you remember? You
I
know
never
what? I
saw
watched
that.
that show
I never
a
saw that.
long time ago. Left on a huge cliffhanger, and yeah, it sucks that they didn't finish it.
For a long time, the Louvre has felt bulletproof, a palace turned museum that seemed beyond risk. However, this is not the first heist the Louvre has known. In 1911, Vincenzo Perugia, an ordinary handyman, lifted the Mona Lisa off the wall, hid it, and turned it into a global obsession. After a 2-year-long search, the painting was found in Italy and restored to its place at the
You
museum.
didn't know that?
Since then, security was rebuilt,
You didn't know
and the
that?
Louvre
That's why the Mona Lisa is so famous, is because it was stolen.
I had no idea.
You didn't know that?
No.
I learned that in like 2nd grade. Not to be a dick.
Texas
Sorry.
education. Right.
No, it was in like an art class when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
Since then, security was rebuilt, and the Louvre has proven to have earned the status of an impregnable citadel. The masterpieces of art and national symbols it held were safely kept behind layers of protection. Cameras tucked along the walls, locked doors, and guard routes planned to the minute. The museum ran like a clock with controlled entrances and a 24/7 operations center. Despite all of this, the unthinkable happened when everyone least expected it. The heist took place in the Galerie d'Apollon, a hall that houses what is left of the French crown jewels, necklaces, and ceremonial pieces tied to French nobility. The gallery was not remote. It is located in the inner circle of the museum, only 250 meters away from the Mona Lisa. In this zone, everything says safe. Crowds of tourists, thick glass panes, vibration sensors on the cases, motion alarms in the corners, and guards who study every move. The one place you'd swear no one would dare to rob. And that's exactly why the hit felt more like a heist movie than a real incident. But here's the twist.
That is so fucking cool. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know.
That is so freaking cool. It feels like an Ocean's movie.
It
because
does.
when you watch those movies, in the back of your head, you're just like, okay, but like this would never happen. Especially in 2025.
You would think because of all the technology.
And no one got hurt. There was no like attention being focused on these people.
Yeah.
At least from what it looks like. It looks like they didn't even realize the issue until it was already done.
That's insane.
You gotta respect that.
This was not a sophisticated high-tech job with lasers and explosives. It was brilliantly simple. A lift, a window, a saw, and 7 ruthless minutes. It was clear that the heist crew did their homework beforehand. They chose Sunday morning, the quietest hour of the week, when foot traffic is low and response times are longer. They came dressed like French workmen in their famous yellow jackets and rolled up an ordinary basket lift to the Seine-facing facade. The placement was chosen with meticulous care, near a construction zone, exactly where a lift wouldn't look out of place and just far enough from the main flow of guards. At roughly 9:30 a.m., 3 or 4 men went up the lift to an upper floor window and forced it open with a blowtorch and a small chainsaw. Once inside the Galerie d'Apollon, they didn't wander or hesitate. They beelined to 2 specific cases with their grinders in hand. The grinder
I want to know how many just random people were around
I know.
watching this happen and not knowing if this was
'cause
supposed to or not.
They probably thought they're like, oh, maybe they're taking them out to clean them, or they're taking them out to do like
Right.
a routine thing.
Right. I'm not going to sit here and act like I would have known any differently, but I would just assume there would be a key or they would clean them when they're closed.
Yeah, 100%.
But I mean, you look the part, so
roared to life, and in under 4 to 7 minutes, the reinforced glass turned to dust under them. This is a real video shot by a tourist of one of the thieves while trying to get through to one of the jewels.
shit.
The thieves managed to scoop 9 specific jewels, a tiara, a brooch, and a crown belonging to Empress Eugenie, wife of Napoleon III, and a bunch of other jewels similar in value. Alarms did sound, and protocols were followed.
We were just ready to go in to see the Mona Lisa when they swept us out of the gallery, swept us down the stairs by the Wing Victory. Then we were headed out the exit. We didn't realize the whole museum was being evacuated.
Security locked down the room, avoiding a physical fight with the robbers. They then started the evacuation of the museum immediately, while waiting for the police. However, the delay between the breach and full response was all the thieves needed to get in, grab the jewels, and then retrace their steps out of the window. This is a real video,
I know, I saw
filmed
it.
by a tourist of the thieves descending the lift.
I was saying
That's
when I
wild.
Saw it, I think I showed you this the other
You
day.
did, yeah.
And I was like, I just know that lift felt like a day and a half going down that thing. I would have been freaking the fuck out.
Anxiety, yeah.
They escaped on the back of 2 waiting scooters.
Wow.
But not everything went according to plan. In their rush, a 19th century crown was dropped or discarded during their escape and later
way.
found by
Bro,
authorities in a nearby alley.
They dropped a crown.
Oh, bro, what?
That was probably worth a lot.
Yeah, millions, I'm sure.
Oof.
And to find, and just to, oh my God, that's so wild. Just in the streets of Paris. And imagine just some random person found it. It's like, oh, this is cool.
Yeah, I know.
Lying damaged on the ground. Inside the Louvre, police sealed entrances and the museum closed for the day. Forensics teams lifted prints from the lift's controls, pulled surveillance footage from interior corridors and exterior streets. To make sure not to be linked to the robbery, the thieves had rented out the lift truck 9 days
Sorry,
prior.
I keep stopping this. I also saw yesterday the guy's company that they rented it from put it like on his website to advertise. Which is so genius.
That is smart, yeah.
That is so fucking funny.
They placed the order under a fake name, and when the delivery guy came to deliver the lift truck, 2 masked guys showed up to the location and hijacked the truck. They painted it and put up a fake license plate. The initial investigation conclusion was quickly shaped. Experienced professionals exploited a construction site.
If you basically robbed the truck, wouldn't that have been reported too?
They probably just filed an insurance claim and got more money and got a better truck.
I guess everything must have happened so fast. And how serious do they take those things out there anyway?
I don't know.
Like, they don't take it serious here. I know that
I'm
much.
sure that they could. I'm telling you, the guy who owns the trucks company probably was like, this sucks, but the insurance, I'll get a better truck with the insurance payout.
I mean, we don't know how it works out there.
I'm sure insurance is the same.
You think?
Yeah.
Adjacent to the museum as an access to perform a high-level smash and grab. The thieves were last seen heading south on their scooters, likely aiming for the highway out of Paris altogether. The first part of their mission was successful, but what comes next is way more challenging. With all of France on their tail, will they be able to melt the pieces and see their money? Or will all of it be for nothing? France woke up to more than a theft. It was a blow to national pride that caused a political outcry, with Macron calling the raid an attack on our history. National Rally leader Jordan Bardella said it was an intolerable humiliation, and Marine Le Pen of Front National called it a wound to the French soul. What's even worse, this is not the first French museum to be hit. Since September, 3 museums have been hit in Paris. The National Museum of Natural History, the Museum of President...
What if it's the same team?
That's what they're saying. They think it's this Pink Panthers team that...
That's what they're calling them?
That's who everyone's alleging was behind it. But I don't know much details about that. So if you do, comment below.
Yeah, that's awesome. Our dog is just staring at us.
He's so fucking needy this morning. I love you.
All right.
Jacques Chirac, and now the Louvre. The pressure on authorities is at an all-time high to put an end to this humiliating pattern and appease the French public. Solving this heist is a race against the clock. Pieces this famous can't be sold intact, which pushes thieves towards breaking them up, melting them, and recutting their stones. That's why the first week following any museum heist is the most important. If pieces are recovered during it, they are usually still intact and can be saved. But beyond the 1 week mark, pieces are typically already gone for good. 800 million euros are on the line.
So they planned this very well with inside help for sure. What they could do, there's 3 ways to do it. They could break them.
Former jewel thief. Holy shit. That's awesome.
That's fucking awesome.
It's
not cool, awesome, but it's kind of
what
awesome.
What a cool title to have when you're on the news.
I think,
Former jewel thief.
I think we're so desensitized to
Because of movies.
Movies, but also because there's so much tragedy happening in the world that to us it's like impressive to pull off something like this and for no one to get hurt. Like, that's impressive to me.
It is. I don't think
something of this magnitude is insane.
Yeah, it is.
All up, sell the gold, sell the diamond. You know, listen, there's a lot of diamonds. That's one way. Then they could also wait a while, and a lot of times the insurance companies will put out a reward. No questions asked. If they, it's a $5 million hit, they'll put out $1 million right now. And people do that. They actually wait.
Up to now, the thieves have left behind their scooters, the lift, and a yellow vest worn during the heist. With only a few clues available, things are not looking good for the French. Can France catch the thieves and save the jewels before history gets melted down? A question only time can...
I know a lot of museums like this, this is what I've heard. I don't know for a fact. I've never worked at one of these places. They have like second sets of a lot of these artifacts.
Really?
Yeah, that are not real, or at least not the original. And they will, you know,
Have those
switch
out.
them out if those are getting cleaned or maintained and things like that. I don't know how accurate this is. I've heard a few people say this in the past. So I don't know if that was the situation here. But either way, I still feel like if it is partly inside, they would have known, like, okay, these are the real ones this week or
Yeah.
X, Y, and Z or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's-
It's like, okay,
yeah.
the humanity, wants me to, would want like a piece of history to come back. But at the same time, I don't know, something about it is,
There's definitely going to be
Cool
a
as
show or a
fuck.
movie about this.
it's going to be right up there with Money Heist.
Yeah, doing a heist with minimal collateral damage, simple and bold.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Bro was editing the video while the heist was going on.
Yeah, this came out a few days ago. Okay.
Honestly,
Anyway.
this is cool as hell. It's so funny. Everyone in the comments is like, this is so cool. No guards came running when power tools were cutting into the crown jewels for
That's
4
what
minutes.
I was thinking. I'm like, you guys don't hear what all this happening? Like, how are there
What if the guards were paid off? Like, what if...
Right. I guess we'll find out in the next, whoever knows, probably few months.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, I think a lot of the people who got footage, I could imagine they're not wanting them to post until the investigation
Oh, for sure.
over.
For sure, probably. Yeah. That's
If
why
they
they
were
probably
able-
have to send it through like the news or like for approved sources to send it to them instead of posting it.
I don't know. I mean, a few
Yeah.
clearly slipped through the cracks, but
Yeah,
I'm saying
yeah.
I'm sure there are people who turn their footage over to evidence and things. I don't fucking know. Anyway, yeah, I guess we'll all see where this goes.
I know. Let us know your opinions below, and if you're French, let us know how you feel about it. All right. Thanks for watching. Subscribe,
Bye.
comment, like, jump over to our vlog channel. Bye.